Hello everyone, today we're going to be installing an aftermarket LED headlight into my 2018 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Unlimited. Now this is the last year of the JK model year that Jeep produced, and towards the end of the JK run, Jeep started offering a factory LED headlight option. I do have the option in this particular Jeep. However, I do like the look of not only the aftermarket headlights, but also the aftermarket halos that the headlights are equipped with. So today we're going to be hooking up not only the headlight, but also the halo feature, and showing you some tips and tricks to make that install hopefully a little bit easier for you. So hope you find this informative and enjoy.
First, you're going to need zip ties. Small to medium sized zip ties will work. This is going to be for connecting our wires together to keep it clean and tidy. The next thing you're going to need is electrical tape. Any electrical tape will work for this. This is going to be for connecting our wires together. Next, you're going to need a pair of wire strippers. Make sure that you have these small holes for the wire strippers, as the wires we'll be stripping are very small. You're also going to need a pair of wire cutters. If your wire strippers are not equipped with a cutting function, any set of cutters will do to cut wires and zip ties. Next, we have the JW speaker headlight mounting brackets. These will cost around $24 for a package of 2. These will be used to mount the headlights to the Jeep. Next, we have a bundle of wires and a wiring harness for the headlight. Now, these come with this headlight. There are 1 wiring harness and 1 bundle of wires for each headlight, and they are included in this kit. Now, finally, we have the SPL-DOT approved Cree LED headlights with fog lights. These lights are equipped with side halos that are also blinkers if you decide to use that function. These cost around $130 on Amazon and come in a kit of 2 headlights and 2 fog lights. Alright, the first thing that you need to do is pop the hood of the Jeep. Once you have popped the hood, place it on the stand. That way we can have access to the top of the grille of the Jeep. Now, the grille is held in place by multiple plastic bolts that are on the top of the grille. These can be easily removed with a flathead screwdriver. Once you have removed the last bolt, put your plastic bolts to the side and simply pull your grille straight out. There are several connectors that hold the grille in place, so give them a gentle pull and the grille should come right out. Now be aware that the turn signals are wired in at the grille, so you're going to have to ensure that you disconnect the wires from the turn signal before you can completely remove the grille of the Jeep. Okay, now that your grille has been removed, we are ready to uninstall the factory headlights. First, you need to remove 4 screws that are holding a metal ring. Now, this ring is responsible for keeping your headlight in place. Once you remove all 4 of the screws, this ring should be loose. You can just pull it off and set it to the side along with the 4 screws, as you will need these to install the new headlight later. Once you have removed the ring, you're going to be able to remove the headlight simply by pulling it free. Now, mine was pretty stuck, so by gently but firmly pulling on the headlight, you should be able to pull it free from those studs. Next up, we need to remove the electrical connection. Now, to do this, there's a small red clip that you need to pull towards the vehicle. Once that has been released, you should be able to wiggle the connector and pull the light free. Now, to install the JW speaker mounting bracket, there are 3 holes that need to be aligned with the 3 studs located on the Jeep. Now, to install this bracket, you simply need to align the holes to the studs and give it a firm push until you hear it click, where the bracket will connect to the studs. Next up, you're going to connect the wiring harness into the headlight. Make sure that the connection is firmly in place and that it's snug. Next, you're going to take wiring tape, and just to ensure that it doesn't come unplugged when you're on the road or on the trail, we're going to take wire tape and harness to the headlight. Next, you're going to want to connect the headlight wiring harness to the factory wiring harness of your Jeep. And once you have it inserted, make sure that you slide the red safety clip forward. This will ensure that your connection is secure. Now, just to make sure that we have a solid connection, I like to use a zip tie around both wiring harnesses just to ensure that it is solidly connected and can't come free when you're on the trail. Next, you're going to take the wiring that was included in your headlight package and separate the red and the yellow wires. Now, the yellow wire is for the blinker function of your headlight, and we're not going to be using that. The red wire is for the LED running light. Next, you're going to take your red wire and connect it to your wiring harness. Ensure that you have a secure connection and slide the plastic piece over both wires to ensure they remain connected. Next, you're going to take the red wire and you're going to put it through the headlight opening of the Jeep and slide it behind the steel until it is thoroughly pulled through and tight with the wiring harness. Next, you're going to take the headlight and ensure it is mounted vertically. Make sure the biggest bulb is on the bottom and the smallest bulb is on the top. Next, you're going to tuck all the wires into the headlight opening, ensuring that they are securely and loosely placed in the opening, and then insert the headlight onto the bracket. Now, there are 3 tabs on the headlight located on the top right, the bottom, and the top left. Now, these tabs need to be aligned to indentations on the mounting bracket. Once they are aligned, place the headlight tabs into the indentations on the mounting bracket. Next, take the metal mounting bracket and line up the 3 holes to the 3 holes of the JW speaker mounting bracket. Ensure that the slit on the ring is on the bottom. Once you have the ring aligned, take your drill and secure the ring using the 3 screws that we saved from removing the factory headlight. Now we need to remove the blinker from the blinker's harness. You need to depress the black button and give the blinker a pull, and it should come free from the wiring harness. Next, take the protective tubing and pull it away and separate all 3 wires so you can see each one separately. Now, for the daytime running light feature, we're going to be using the middle wire and stripping a small portion of that wire for a section of about a 1/2 inch. Once you have finished, your wire should look like this. You should have a 1/2 inch of the wire stripped of the coating, and we are now ready to wire in our red wire. Now, take the red wire and ensure that it is the proper length. Take your wire snips and cut it. Once you have cut the wire, you're going to need to strip the end of about a 1/2 inch. Once the wire has been stripped, take the red wire and wrap it around your constant power middle wire that you have already stripped. Now that both wires are connected, you're going to take electrical tape and completely tape the splice so that it is protected from the elements and that it doesn't come unconnected. Next, you're going to take electrical tape and simply connect all 3 wires together. That way they are connected and there's no chance of your new splice coming disconnected while on the trail. Now that your wires have been taped, you're going to take the plastic tubing that you previously removed and cut it to the right length so that you can insert it back over the wires. Once you've cut it, simply slide the wires back into the tubing so that everything is secure and protected. Now that you have the wires protected inside the plastic tubing, you're going to take wire tape, just give it one last tape job so that nothing comes disconnected. Now that your wiring is completed, step back and make sure that the halo function of the headlight, as well as the actual headlight, is operational and that there are no issues with your wire connections. Now, I purchased aftermarket turn signals to match my color of my grill, and I figured when the grill was off, I might as well upgrade those. Pretty easy to do. Simply remove the tabs that hold the old blinker assembly in place and slide the old blinker out of the grill. Then take your new blinker. Mine had some screws that I had to take off and a little tab that I had to put in place there. It's a little tricky at first getting everything lined up. Once everything was lined up, I simply put the screws back in and the new blinker was installed. The final step is to reinstall the Jeep grill. Ensure that your blinker's wiring harness has been connected and is secure, and that the harness is tucked out of the way. Then simply snap your grill back into place, ensuring that all the connections are aligned before pushing on the grill to secure it. Once your grill is firmly in place, take the plastic bolts that we had removed earlier, simply align them to the holes and push them down. Once all the bolts are back into place and the hood is closed, you should be all set. The final step is just to make sure that your blinkers are operational. Check each side to make sure that they work as they should. Once this is done, check the headlights to make sure that that connection is secure and that they work as they should. I also checked the daytime running lights to make sure that they were operational, which they were. Alright, that was the install for the SPL LED headlight with daytime running light. Now let's go try it out.